Doug Kerwood. I'm the youngest son of Elizabeth Banting, who was Nelson Banting's youngest child. Fred Banting was my great-uncle. William Banting, Fred's father, was my great-grandfather. I've been coming to this farm all my life, and when we were children, this place was immaculate. You could eat off the floor anywhere in the house. The gardens and lawns were always immaculate. The barn and the barnyard was always perfect. And it really distresses me to see how well the Ontario Historical Society lived up to their promise to take care of the buildings and restore them for posterity. Don't ever trust the Ontario Historical Society to take care of a cat, let alone anything of significance. They're a bunch of lying bastards.
How long has it been since you've been inside?
Geez. I've been inside most recently 3 or 4 years ago. I'm the guy who was annoyed that he didn't get a letter from the OHS threatening to sue if I ever set foot on this property. Because I would have had a picture taken with the letter, sent it back to him, bite me. Nobody tells me I can't come on this farm. It's astounding how badly they've let this place fall apart. This is the childhood home of Canada's probably greatest scientist, a man who changed the world. 300 million people today live with diabetes, and their families live with diabetes. I'm a diabetic, and I'm alive because of what Uncle Fred did. I probably would have died in 1995 if he hadn't made his discovery. He could have been a filthy rich man. He gave it to the world for $1. And the dollar was just to make it a legal transaction. That's the kind of guy he was. That's the way he was brought up.
So now looking forward, there's hope. What's your sense of the future? What you hope will happen now?
Well, the buildings will be properly restored. The farm will be preserved in perpetuity, and the long-term goal is to get the buildings back in the shape they were in the 1920s and convert the farm to a camp for diabetic children. You know, and anytime anybody comes down with a chronic debilitating disease, they always think they're the only one in the world it's ever happened to. And this is especially true with children. But what better way to get an understanding of what your problem is and some acceptance of it by being with a bunch of other children who have the same problem and the same understanding. Now that's what Uncle Fred would have wanted, I'm sure. That's what Edward wanted. That's what the OHS promised. And look at what they did. Well, the farm is back in the possession of the town and the family, and what Edward wanted will happen.
I assume you'll be there as a watchdog?
I will be. I'm going to be watching what happens. You know, I've been helping Bob with this since shortly after they showed their true colors and tried to sell the farm. We've cut them off at the pass at every attempt they had to sell it to a developer. We almost lost it there a couple of years ago, but by then we had enough momentum. The eyes of the world were turned on this property. Is the OHS going to really do that? Are they going to get away with it? And the developer blinked. And I can't do this. It's going to be too embarrassing. He didn't not do it for altruistic reasons. He did it because too many people were watching. That's all it is. And that's all it takes to stop crap like this, is for people to become aware and voice their opinion. Stop.